Welcome to watch our live stream show. Today we are in a furniture factory. So we will show you around our customers' factory to see how they use our machines. I'm Samara from LX Laser, Longxin Laser.
I'm Ken from LX Laser.
Okay, so because right now the customer is still in lunch break, they will start working after half an hour. So maybe we have a short talk, small talk about our companies, because I know most of you who are watching our live stream, so not knowing our company very well.
Okay, sure. Let's make an introduction to our about our company first. So let me ask you some questions, Samara. I heard that we are famous for saw blade cutting machine in the past. So why do we make such a great transition to return to use laser technology right now? Why do we do so?
Well, this is a very good question. Most of the customers, they will ask us this question because we already in the pie cutting machine industry for 70 years. Our company started in 2003, and for most of the time, for more than 10 years, we mainly produce saw blade cutting machines, the high-speed steel saw blade for chips cutting. And since 2018, we started to turn into the fiber laser cutting because for the 10 years, we developed our products from manual type to semi-automatic and then to fully automatic. We find out that there's some of the main problems and disadvantage. We cannot solve it by the saw blade machines. Like for cutting the thick chips, there are many burrs on the chips that our customers need to defer it before they can go into the next process. So most of the customers will ask us, can you offer us machines that can cut the chips without burrs? And the saw blade cutting machine, no matter you use semi-automatic or fully automatic. Even we develop the machines from first generation to new generations, we find out that the cutting speed, we cannot have a big change. There's no big difference on the speed. So customers also will ask us, can you have one machine can increase the cutting speed, the capacity that just one machine can replace 5 sets like that. So this is the reason why we turn into fiber laser, because we know fiber laser is already increased in the market for many years. Like before, they use them to cut metal sheets and maybe cut wood and other products. But in recent 3 years, we started turn into tube cutting because before the fiber laser is very expensive for the laser source. It's very, very expensive. That is not suitable for some customers to use it. So now the price for the fiber laser source is very cheap and acceptable. And we find out that fiber laser can solve most of the problem by saw blade cutting, like I just mentioned for no burr cutting. So we can see that these are all the chip samples cut by fiber laser. They are very clean and neat, without burrs, no burrs. This is just cutting sample from the machines. We didn't do any process on that, and normally the cutting speed is about 5 to 10 times faster than the saw blade cutting. This is a great development for all of the industries. This is important. So these are the main reasons we turn into fiber laser. But also we have there's some advantages for the fiber laser cutting. So Ken, you already been into our factory for some days. Can you introduce to our customers, besides the cutting speed and the burst, no burst cutting, what are the other advantage for fiber laser cutting?
Yes, I can see that fiber laser cutting can also cut different kinds of tubes made from different kinds of material.
Yes.
Yes, you can see the number one, we use the pipe for the stainless steel, like 202 to 409.
Yes.
And also you can see that the breast tube is also available for cutting by fiber laser. And also aluminum pipe.
Yeah.
Aluminum pipe. And this one, the hardest one, the carbon laser, the carbon steel. And
Yes.
it won't have any problems for cutting, even though that the type of the material will be galvanized. You know.
Yeah.
And also I can see that there's some the pipes, you know, the size of the pipes, you know, ranging from the big, like this one,
this
a small
is
one,
about 6 millimeter.
or even I saw some samples are even smaller, 4 millimeters or even 2 millimeters. That's astonishing.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
and also the big one, you know, this is a rectangular pipe.
That's square one.
That's square one, yes, square one. And I think estimating over.
Yeah, you have one point that fiber laser is suitable for most of the metal chips, no matter for stainless steel, carbon steel, aluminum, brass, copper, and so on. So you know, it actually in the old time to cut the chips by saw blade, stainless steel is a very hard material for saw blade cutting. If we use saw blade to cut the stainless steel, you need to reshape it or change the new blade after like 300 or 500 cutting.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a difficult material for saw blade cutting. But now, if we use fiber laser, it's no more be a problem because for the laser cutting, all the material is they're similar, just like cutting carbon steel. They're just the same, and even the cutting speed. Yeah.
Okay, but as you see, there are a lot of companies who are engaging into laser cutting machines development. So why customers from different kinds of countries will finally choose Luocun eventually?
Well, this is a good question. Also a good question because first we are already in the pie cutting industry. Most of them already use Luocun machines for many years. Since we started the business for saw blade cutting, they just updated their equipment just like us. When we develop the new products from semi-automatic to fully automatic, they will ask, "Oh, you have new products. I want to update my equipment." So this is the trust from our customers. They believe in our company and the product quality and the good service. That's why when we have new products, they are willing to purchase from us. Even we turn into fiber laser, it's brand new products for them. The customers, they are not, some of the customers, they are not knowing the fiber laser before, but we said, hey, we now develop the new products, the fiber laser product. They will say, okay, this is a new thing for us, but I am really need to use it because we trust your company. This is one thing. Another thing, since we developed the laser cutting machine, we also expand our market shares to different industries, like the automotive parts, furniture, sanitaries, kitchenwares, a lot. So it's kind of any industry who use the metal chips, they can use our machines because we know this industry. Each industry, they will have some special requirements on the chips cutting and the chips processing. So we can develop very special machines for them. Like I just mentioned, for like automotive parts industries, now we are working with a lot of famous companies like Japan companies, Korea companies, the suppliers who supply the parts to Toyota, to Kia, this kind of customers. So because we can have some customized solutions for them, no matter for a single cutting machine or even a whole fully automatic production line, from cutting to chamfering and bending, we can offer them a full line, so they don't need to worry about to spend a lot of time to looking for different suppliers for different machines, because we can offer them the whole set of solutions. Yeah, this is very convenient.
But speaking of the region of the customers came from, I heard that the customers from Europe they especially focusing on the quality of the products. So do we have any certificates to prove our products are very available for them?
Well, yeah. First, for our company, the main market is in Europe and North America. We have a lot of customers in these countries like Spain, UK, Germany, Slovenia, and even to US, Mexico. So different markets, they will have different requirements on the certificate.
Yes.
Besides the quality, they're also concerned about the safeties.
Yes.
Yeah. So like for Euro markets, most of the countries, they will require the C certificate. So yeah, so our companies have certificates for all of our products. So this is the C certificate. So we will update the certificate for when we have new products or the policy is changed.
Yes.
So customers from Euro countries or even to Turkey, you can be rest assured about the important issue. And our company have export rights. So we can take care about the shipment from China to your country or even deliver to your factory. So for some of the new customers, they are just in the first time of importing products. We can help them to solve all the problems. There's no problem because we have fruitful experience in this. Yeah. And also we have supplier certificates from Alibaba and Intertech. So this is a qualified certificate that's showing we are Alibaba will have the Intertech to have audits in our factory to check our production quality and our qualification on supplying products to our customers. Yeah.
Okay. And also, after I look at the catalog right here in my hands, you see, I see that there are different types of the laser tube cutting machines. You see, there's this multifunction laser tube cutters, high-speed round tube cutters. What's the meaning for this kind of classification?
Okay, so first, our main line is the multifunction laser tube cutting machine. What is the meaning for multifunction? Well, first, the meaning for multifunction is the machine is suitable for different tube and pipes and for profiles. Like this one.
What kind of different kinds of tubes? You know, I see round tubes, rectangles, and some tubes like this one.
Oval one.
Oval one. But is there any kind of tubes that specialize in T shapes or even 弓之 shape?
You mean X shape? Yes. Well, our machine, like this series, this model is suitable for all of the shape. Even like for the regular round tubes and square tubes, or even some special shape of tubes. Yeah. And oval, L shape, U shape, X shape, they are all suitable to cut in our machine, not only for the round one and square one.
Okay.
And besides, it is suitable not only for cutting, but also have like angle cutting. Yeah, like this one. So we can see this is made by one tube. We just fold them. We have the angle cutting on the tubes here. So before, if we use saw blade cutting, we need to cut this tube into 4 pieces. That means you need a stop to cut it in 4 times on the tube and then weld them together. But now, since we have fiber laser, we just have to cut it in 1 time. You can see here it's not cut off. We just make an angle on the tubes and then fold them and weld it. That can skip a lot of time and make the welding can be much more convenient. And besides, we can have different cutting on different tubes. Like this one, this is an oval one. And we can have the cutting like this. Even saw some decoration cutting. This is a butterfly. You will never imagine this is cut from the tube. It's a round tube. We have the pattern on the tube, so you can cut any of ideas on the tubes. So we have one sentence for our customers. Our machine can turn your ideas into reality. No matter what kind of holes or patterns or your logos to cut on the tubes, we can do that. Our machines can do for you.
That means that if I wanted to make these round tubes into some kind of art design, it can do so.
Yes, correct.
Just put your design into a paper and send it into the server, then it will do it for you.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And like this one, this is also a special one we want to show you. Actually, this is aluminum tube, but it's coated. It's coated, powder coating. We see that this is like a bamboo. Before cutting, it's like a bamboo. And some of the customer will ask us, well, my tubes is coated with some printing or have some powder coating or galvanized. Can the laser work for this kind of tubes? So the answer is yes. The laser will not change the coating on the tubes, but help you to do a lot of cutting, like this one.
Okay. What about the high-speed round tube cut off with slide loaders? What's this mean?
Okay. So just now we introduced multifunction machines, and we will show you in our customer's factory later after we have the talk here. And we have other series of our products. Like we mentioned, we have a lot of many special products. Like that one you just mentioned, this is a fully automatic tube cutting machine, especially for round tube cutoff, for 90-degree cut. So this is the most popular model in Euro market. It's full covered with safety covers, and this part is the loading. The loader. Yeah, the loading structure, and this part is the cutting structure. Why we have this model, and we also have a whole series from semi-automatic to fully automatic, because we know 80% of the tubes making from the factory are round tubes. Yeah, and 80% of the round tubes, they just lead cut off, 90-degree cut. So like this one. So we have this kind of product because the customers no need to pay more cost on the functions they don't need to use. Yeah, because some of the customers, they just need to cut the tubes. Yes. Don't need to make holes or have angle cutting. Why they pay more to a multifunction machine, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so this is the reason why I developed this kind of products. Yeah, and besides, this model, one of the advantage is the speed. You know, for this kind of products, we can have less than 1 second for one cut. So that means for 1 hour, it can cut more than 1,000 pieces. This is unbelievable and unsortable in the traditional saw blade cutting. If customers use this kind of products, they can replace at least 5 sets of the saw blade cutting machines. So later we will also show you how they use our cut-off machine and how is the cutting speed.
Yes. And also by my research before we go to this factory, you know, I heard that this factory is start their own business from 2014, and before and we started the cooperation from last year. But before 2019, they used 8 pressing machines, 9 hole punching machines, and even 15. I can hear that 15 saw blade cutting machine for their mass production. Yes. And also, after we started the cooperation last year, they have already bought 3 or 4 laser cutting machine since last year, and they have replaced most of them. You see that right here. I can't hear the saw blades, the noise of the saw blades right now, and it's kind of a big change. Yes, yes. Well, this is a new customer for us.
we just cooperated since last year. Well, before they contact us, we communicate with them, and we knowing that they have 15 sets of saw blade cutting machine. 15 sets. So that means he needs at least 15 staff to operate the machines.
Yes.
Just for the cutting machines. Besides that, they have light set of the punching machines to make holes and on the tubes, because they need to produce the beds, the tables. Most of the tubes they need to have some holes on that for assembly.
Their customers a variety. You know, they will sell the pipes to furniture manufacturers, even kitchen manufacturers, kitchenwares, and some other wares like auto parts.
Yes.
And you see the storage right here. It's full of pipes, different kinds of pipes.
Yes, yes. So let's back to the story. Last year they contacted us for the owner of this company. They came to us and said, well, now I have a lot of machines, cutting machines and punching machines, pressing machines, and it's more than 30 sets. So he said, well, now the labor cost is increasing crazy. He wants to reduce the labor cost. And also, you see, the machines take a lot of space of his production.
Yes.
Yeah, so when they came to us, we gave them the solution that because most of one main part is for round chip cutting.
Yes.
So they started the cooperation with us with one set of semi-automatic cutting machine, especially for round chip cutoff, and one set of multi-function cutting machine. But now, you know, I came to this factory last year.
Yes.
By that time, they have only 2 laser cutting machine and still have some saw blade and hole punching machines. But today, after 1 year, when I came to here, I saw that they already have 3 sets of laser cutting machine for the multi-function one, and 1 set for the high-speed cut-off machine. So total, they now have 4 sets of fiber laser. Just 1 year, they already take 4 sets of the fiber laser from us. So this is a big change. And I believe that because they trust our machine quality, and also our machine is helping them to reduce the production cost and increase his profits. This is the reason why he can invest such a big amount of money on the laser machines.
Yes, yes. To see that. But you know, before we introduce machines, you see some customers would really love to see the products on you know, on the future to our factory, or even to some exhibition. Have you ever attend any kinds of exhibition before? You know, like Canton Fair or Chip Fair, things like that?
Yes, actually, we attend a lot of exhibitions, no matter in China or overseas. Actually, right now, our company is attending in this month. Our company will have 3 exhibitions, 2 in Shanghai and 1 in Nanjing. Actually, since yesterday, we are having the exhibition in the China International Industrial Exhibition in Shanghai. We are showing our latest product, the 3D laser cutting machine, in the exhibition. And we also will attend the Trip China by end of this month. So before this year, we also attend exhibitions like in Trip Russia, and FabTech in United States. FabTech is the biggest and the most famous industrial exhibition in North America. And we also attend some famous exhibitions like in India, Thailand, and other countries. Yeah. So during the exhibitions, we will show our new products to our customers, and also we will take a visit to some of the local customers to see their production, to ask them what kind of questions or problems they are facing now, so that we can get the market information and feedback to our R&D department. So this is one of the process. We will get the feedback from our customers, and then R&D department will develop the new machines, new products to help them solve their difficulties.
You mean we also do customer design, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
No, but I think that before any kind of exhibition, I think we should all pay attention to the COVID-19 situation, right? We also hope that customers from different countries come and see us on field trip, and we can talk face to face together and decide what's the best solution to your production status.
Yeah, you know? All of you are welcome to visit our factory, or even we can bring you to our customer's factory to see how our machine works.
Yes.
And besides, some of the customers, they are far from us and maybe not have time, or maybe not available to come to China, then we can have live stream show or even have video calls with you to show you our factory and customers' factory. Yeah. Okay, so I can see that there still have 5 minutes left. Then the factory will start working. So I think maybe first we can take a round on the factory to see their factory, their products, and the machines. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, so first, this is the customer's factory. We can see that there are lots of pipes, some assembly parts, not finished one like this one. This is a switch, stainless steel tubes with holes. Let's see how it looks. This is cut by fiber laser. So how is the cutting edge? It looks very smooth.
No burst.
Yes, of course. Okay. They also have some round chips.
Wow, this one's big.
Yeah, this is fish mouth cutting.
Yes. You see how thick is it?
This is, I think, more than 2 millimeters for the thickness, and they also have holes on that.
Yes.
Can you take out more pieces so we can see the cutting results? Okay, so this is straight cut and oval cut and half chips. They also have some round chips and assembly ones. So these are some finished products. We can see there's a lot of tables and beds. So their main product is furniture. So for this one, let me see, these are some well-packed products. This is for automotive parts company. The tube size is less than 40, and the length is about 180. So besides for furniture cutting, they also make automotive parts. So now we see our machines. This is V3, version 3. It's a multi-function cutting machine. One set and second set and third one. So this one is to cut in a big diameter chips, the round chips. So they are not started the production yet. Okay, this is a fully automatic round tube cutting machine. So Ken will introduce to you later about the specification and the features for this machine. So we see in this factory there's lots of types. Round ones, square ones, rectangular ones. So these are the round tubes finished cutting. Okay, so these are fiber laser cutting. So we see the lights came from the tubes. It's very beautiful. So the workers are preparing to start work. Okay. So the air compressor is started. Also tubes. Okay, so this is for polishing. Okay, so this is polishing after they welded the tubes. They also have bending machines. So we can see these tubes are also cut by laser. So after cutting, they will have welding and polishing on the tubes. I didn't see the punching machine right now. So it's kind of they use fiber laser cutting for most of the holes. 他们开始切了吗？开始切了吗？ Okay, so we see now the workers are start working. So we are going to show our machine. Okay, so first we will show the high-speed round tube cutting. So Ken will introduce for us.
Follow me. Here's the machine, the model GL40, automatic cutting machine, laser cutting machine. It's one of the basic models of our company's product. As you can see, the structure is really simple. Here you can see this is the positioning device. And this is the main part, the laser head. Control panel, feeding rack, and the feeding loader. This, I produce this main part, the laser head. The laser head we use is produced by Osprey, a Chinese famous brand. And its power source is produced by Max, also a Chinese famous brand. Here you see the clamp. The clamp is to hold the pipe when it's before the cutting, during the cutting. It's easy to replace. Basically, one clamp is corresponding one size of the tube. So if you want to change to cut another size of the tube, you just have to replace it. But the other parts we don't have to change. Here is the positioning device. You just have to enter the length you want to cut into the control panel. Then the buckle plate right here, when it sends the pipe you feed have hit it, the laser will automatically begin the cutting. Let's go around here. You see now the workers are feeding the pipe manually because originally this loader is automatically feeding the pipe into the clamp by itself. This is the roller check. It will help push the pipe into the clamp for cutting. But now the workers is operating it manually. Sometimes manual feeding is much faster than automatic feeding. Because
actually, I just asked the staff because this is a fully automatic machine with a bundle loader. But why they are using manual feeding? Because our machine is cutting for maximum 1.2 meters, and now they are cutting like more than 1.8 meters. They said it's too long for the machine, so they are using manually feeding because they change the machine structure. So if they have this, they will just use the fully automatic function. Okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. Now I show you this part. This is the high pressure pneumatic systems produced by MCS, a Japanese brand. It will drive the air to the laser head when it's cutting. Okay, let's go around at the back side of the machine. Here you can see this is the chuler.
Oh no.
The chuler is also produced by SNA, also a Chinese famous brand. You can see the number right here, GWFL 500. This means this chuler is the power of the chuler is 500 watts, and the power is the same as the laser head. The laser head is also 500 watts.
那这样整个看起来又是这样。
Open the cabinet right here.
10台。
But we can see the This is the power. No, this is power source, right? Huh? Okay. Yeah, I know that this is the power source for the laser, right? It's produced by Max, a Chinese famous brand I mentioned before.
哦，全部都做内销还是什么？
瓦解，
就切割。 Oh,
it's long. But usually I want to introduce the cabinet right here. It's a circuit board inside the machine.
公司成立时间不长，但是发展的好快哦。
Schneider electric fan, and also the power source for all machine is produced by Siemens, a world famous German company.
我刚刚还问师傅，我说这个是
But I'm sure that you're concerned about what kind of advantage does the laser pipe cutting machine like this one. So let's make a little test. First, I want to test about the speed of the cutting. We will test it in 5 minutes. How many pipes does this machine can cut in 5 minutes? So now we start the count.
外加没有，今年肯定影响到啦，影响肯定大啊那些。
2 minutes left. Okay, they stop the loading because they have to refuel the loader. But for now, it just takes 4 minutes for them to produce over 30 pieces of the pipe. 30 pieces in 4 minutes. Now, if you want, and we're making some kind of calculation. Sorry, 4 minutes, 30 pieces. That's 450 in 1 hour. At this size, the size right now you see over 1.5 meter, approximately 1.5 meters. Yodi's, it's about 0.1, 0.5 thickness. You see the pipe. Now we see the clean, how clean it is for the laser cutting. No burrs, no burrs on both sides. Smooth and clean, exactly. Even for this one. Also smooth and clean. I should watch it because it's really a little bit sharp. On both sides. $450 pieces in 1 hour. If you take 8 hours as a day for a whole day work, well, by the calculating, it will be 306,000. 306,000. That's huge for whole day's work just for one machine, one size. If you still using saw blade machines, you have to you can see it's 5 to 10 times slower than a laser. Maybe you can only have less than 300, 400, 600 pieces in 1 day if you're lucky. And also because the cut is smooth and clean, you don't have any kinds of secondary processing. You don't have another machines or another workers for you to process the types again for you. And also, I would like to talk about is the cost, the total cost for this machine. As you see, I mentioned before, this factory they hire 15 workers to operate those 15 saw blades cutting machine before they buy the laser one. And now you see, one laser cutting machine will just need 1 workers to operate. Compared, it's simple to see how low the labor cost for the factory if you choose a laser cutting machine just like this one. And also, in addition, the material cost I want to mention secondly. First, let's see the tail, the head and the tail of the pipe cutting. Just now, this is the head. You see, it is approximately less than 5 millimeters, right? Hey. This is the pipe tails of the tubes just cut it just now. You see, including the heads and the tail, it's less than 4 to 40 millimeters. That may save a lot of materials from the raw tube before cutting. And also, take this machine as an example. It's a 500 watt laser head with 500 watts tuner. The total cost of the electric cost for the machine, I will take Foshan City as an example. In Foshan, we will pay 0.2 US dollar for per hour of kWh. And now, and this machine will cost you only less than 0.1 dollars per hour to for operation. So let's split those. Split the $1. I see $1. Sorry about that. Let's split the $1 or $2 electric cost into the 450 pieces right here, you will find that each pieces just have to bear only less than 0.04 or 5 US dollars per pieces. Then the electric cost can be ignored eventually. Also, for the material cost, laser heads also just need protected lens and nozzle for spare parts. For each machine bought, Luocun laser technology will offer 5 pieces of each of both nozzles and protected lens for using. If just for daily routine maintenance, simple, the lens and the protected lens and the nozzle can be used up to 2 to 5 months per pieces. So you can use the machine, the nozzle, and the lens that we give you totally up to 1 year or 2 years for using. If you can maintain it, if you can do the maintenance daily and properly. So, but if you're still using saw blade cutting machine, you will find the saw blades need continuously sharpening and replacement for cutting in a whole day long, all around the day. So it will save you a lot of cost and the materials that you have to use for the spare parts you have to use for the machine. And third, I would like to introduce another advantage is the space it takes for a laser pipe cutting machine. You see, wide less than 1 meter, long like the length maybe approximately I can take it 2.5 meters and the height 1.5 meters. You can see I just need some small place for the machine in a hole. But considering that 15 saw blade cutting machine before, how much space does it had to take in the factory for 15 saw blade cutting machine? You can see I can save a lot of space for storage or even extension of production for the factory. And also as I just mentioned just now, electric cost, if you can calculate how much more electric cost you have to lose if you're still using 15 saw blade cutting machines. And finally, I wanted to test something. Let's go around here and test the noise a laser head can make during operation. Here is an app that can test the principles of the surroundings. Let's test it right now. It's a different type of machine, but I would test it. I would test the noise of the laser right here because they are not in operation back there. As you can see the result, only 88 at the maximum for the maximum decibel in an operation. But if you are using saw blade cutting machine, what kind of noise you have to bear under the saw blade cutting machine? It will reach over 120 or even higher. as you can imagine, 15 saw blade cutting machine in the factory making the same noise together. How noisy will that be in the factory? That's one of the advantages I want to introduce for to laser cutting. It will make your workspace become environmental friendly to your workers. Nowadays, governments are setting up more and more laws on environmental protection to the industry, because the noise will also do harm to the human body, even under any kinds of protection. And also, the surrounding area of the factory needs to be improved, not just because of the noise. So if you buy just one laser cutting machine, you will also provide a very friendly environmental environment to your workers. And also, you can see it was suitable for the under the limit of the noise laws set up by some countries or regions. And also, I would like to emphasize on the water cost. The water has to be used a large amount to flash through the saw blade when operating, because you have to avoid the dust from flowing all over the damn place. So a large amount of water have to be wasted during operation in saw blade cutting machine. And if you use laser cutting machine, you don't have to need so much water for splashing. The chiller only use a small amount of purified waters for cooling the laser. So it also save a lot of cost for the water cost of the factory. Nowadays, competition among companies are getting higher and harder due to the development of modern techniques after we enter 21st century. Yeah. So after we enter 21st century, so I can force it's obvious that laser will take the place of the saw blades in the future production industry. It will no doubt in short years. Yes. You don't hear the noise? I heard it. Yes, it's on. It's on. It's on. It's on. Is that heard? Don't say to me it's not recorded.
Hello.
What?
Okay.
Okay, just continue, right? Okay. So I hope that my introduction of the FL40 right there will inspire you some new ideas to your production status. If you are still using traditional machines like saw blades or even other hydraulic hose punching machines, because it will not just save the cost to make you more competitive in your industry field, but also makes you improve your production status, and also give you ideas to inspire you to, how do I say, create your new product, create and also some other movement. So I hope that after this live camp, we will get in touch with you soon, and we are happy to offer any kind of solution to improve your production. Is it time for Samara to introduce the new machine right now?
Okay.
Okay, let's pass the key to the...
Okay, I just kept it. So now, next I will introduce you for our multi-function cutting machine. Let's go. So total, we can see we have 3 sets of multi-function cutting machines. So let's check one by one. Okay, so we see this machine now, they are cutting for automotive parts. So let's go and see what kind of cutting they are doing. So we see there's one staff standing there to take out the parts and 1 people for the packing. So total the whole line, they just need 2 persons. 1 for cutting, controlling the machine, 1 for packing. So let's take a close shot to see what kind of cutting they are having. So we see they are cutting holes on the tube. One hole, 2. Okay, let's take some samples. So the tube will be a little hot right now because it's just cutting by the fiber. So normally we should take a group to take out the samples. Okay, this is cooled down. So we see this tube, I think it's about 20 millimeters, and there's 2 holes at this side and 2 holes here. And we see the cutting edge, it's shining very smooth, very clean. This个厚度是多少？直径多少？哪一个？不是这个。Okay. So this is for automotive parts. 有没有卡尺 ？OK， 帮我找一个卡尺。OK。Okay, so we are going to check the length, the cutting accuracy.
Hang on 1 second.
Okay, so can we go buy a ruler for us to check the cutting accuracy? So I will give a brief introduction about this machine. This is a multi-function machine, not only for round chip cutting, but also for square one, oval, L-shape, U-shape. And in this factory, they mainly produce automotive parts and furniture and centuries. So most of the chips, they are round, square, and rectangular. Okay, so besides to have, okay, thank you. So now we have the ruler, so we will check the length. Can you help me?
Yes.
Let's check the cutting accuracy of the part.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this is too soft. This is too soft. So you just check this first. I just keep going introduction.
Okay, I find a bigger one.
Okay. So like I said, it's not only for cutting for 90-degree cuts, but also take angle cuts and make holes, or even have your logos on it, round holes, square holes, different shapes. And this is cutting for carbon steel. And over there, we have for stainless steel chip cutting. So we will go and check later. So first, I will introduce the machine configuration for it. We use an Osprey laser head, and the source is maxophonic. And this is a computer. These are some cutting settings here, and we use the controller in power automation. This is the top controller in the world. It's from Germany. So we also have a remote control. This should, 我没有动过。Okay, so this is a remote control, so that the staff no need to stand by the computer, but just use the controller to use the machine. So this is more convenient. Okay, so here, so we can see the tube is almost finished. Let's see how they put the new chip on it. So there's some high-end detailing. They just drop here and now have one person to loading the chips on the machine. Okay, so we can see here we have some support and stand here to support the chips, because for the long chips, the supports are very useful to make the chips keep straight before cutting. And this is the top. We have two trucks for this machine. This is the back truck and also the front truck over there. These are pneumatic trucks, so that they can control the clamping very good. Even you are cutting for some thick chips, like 0.3 millimeter for the thickness, it can also keep the shape, will not deformate the chips. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we see the QC is checking the parts. They have some tooling to check the cutting accuracy. They will check the holes accuracy, because using the laser, one of the advantages is it can keep the cutting holes long enough. And the length is also very important, especially for automotive industry. 可不可以帮我讲一下这三个试剂分别是用来测试什么的？可不可以给我们展示一下你这三个？三款产品。Okay, they have tooling for 3 kinds of products. So now this part is using this one. Okay. 好，你要怎么测试？能不能展示一下 ？So, he will show us how to use the tooling to check the accuracy. So, okay. 去测试它圆不圆是吧？Okay, so this one is check the whole size, the whole size.
超过这点就不行。
超过多少不行？
它终端是7.9，到是8.1，这是8.1，超过这2边就不行了，就大了。
OK。那现在那个合格率大概是多少？你测试过，通过这个机器？
现在都没问题，都没什么问题。
大概合格率有多少？
不合格没有。
从什么时间开始？今天早上开始是吧？几天大概？Okay, so I just asked this stuff. He said they already cutting this part for more than 2 weeks, and but right now there's 0 wrong products. So the accuracy, the cutting accuracy is 100% by our machine. This is very good. It's a good news. 然后这一个呢，现在是测试那一款是吧？可以展示一下吗？ So first he also will check the whole size. 那现在这个是算是合格的是吧 ？Okay, so he said now he just check the top part. It's qualified. 然后这个是测试什么呢？
这个距离。
孔距吗？
这个产品跟这里的距离。
Okay, so 就是确保那个孔就是在一条直线上是吧？
这个产品没有弯曲。
Okay, so this is to check if the tube is straight enough and also with the tube. Okay.
有一个限制的，因为这个系统皮革是有点高，就是这个人工作，这个是人工作。
Okay, okay. Ah, 现在这个是贴歌的那个是多少？是0.3吗？
不是长度，不能，这个是正负0.3，是不能长度不能超过这个。
那现在这个是合格的是吧？This is checking the cutting length. It's within 0.3 millimeter. 是0.3毫米吗 ？OK. OK. 那垂直度呢？有没有要测试的 ？OK. So this part, this is unloading part. So because right now they are cutting very soft tubes, they don't need to use it. But if they are cutting for long one, they can use this unloading structure. They also have some support inside for long pipe cutting, like more than 1 meter. The support will go up and stand up. So because right now they are using the machine, I think it's not good to open the electric tape. So we will stay with this part, and next time the live show we will show you. Okay, so let's go to see another machine. What they are cutting right now? 啊，我们还没有切那个长度轻重。哦。Okay, so now they are cutting a very big diameter chips. It's a stainless steel. So this is a big one. So they need 2 people to load the chips. Let's see the machine movements. Let's go. So these are some finished parts. They are cutting the long chip into softer lengths and also make holes on it. Let's see. So the survey is very good. There's no black point on it. And the cutting edge is also smooth.
Good.
Let's see the speed. So now we see the cuttings are kind of more than 1 meter, so their support will go up to support the end part. So let's see. Let's see how many times they flick to cut one chip and how many pieces they can cut. Thank you.
How many minutes?
Okay. So now they are starting to load the chips. We start counting. OK， 跟我手啊，交给影射。
打一下都。
So now starting from 20 seconds. So the loading time takes about 20 seconds. Okay, so it takes about 14 seconds to cut one piece. Now it's starting the second piece. This is the 3-piece. Okay, now it's the last piece. Okay, finish. So it takes about 1 minute 20 seconds to finish the whole tube for 4 pieces, right?
4 pieces.
4 pieces. And the loading time is about 20 seconds. So that means 1 minute they can finish one long tube and cut them into 4 pieces with holes on it. So for this shift, because the tube is big and heavy, so they need 2 persons for the loading. If they just cut the small chips, 1 person is enough. I just asked the owner of this factory. They said they are working for three working times. Each shift is takes 8 hours. So now all of the machines they're using now is kind of working 24 hours per day, working full day for the machine.这一个管的厚度是多少？1.9，直径呢？Oh, okay. So let's see. This is some cut. This is 1.9 millimeter for the thickness. The edge is very smooth, and we see here how the edge looks like. So this is, let me see. This is the cutting stop point. We see here, even for the silver, there's no black points here. The whole product is looking very nice. Okay, so we see the model number for this one is 6022V3. 60 means this machine is feeding part is suitable for 6 meters tubes, maximum for 6.2 meters. And 22 means the truck. The truck can maximum clamping 220 millimeters for the long one, and for the square one it's like 150 plus 150 millimeters. And V3 means it's a version 3. This is our standard version. Besides this one, we also have version up to V6, and that is the high-end model for our products. So we see here, actually these parts they can take out. Why we have this structure is because sometimes they are cutting the wrong chips, and the supports they need to move to fit for the long side. So this one, the structure, we just make it removable. And this is we can see the wheels on the unloading part. So this part you can move it. If for some cutting you just don't need it, you can take it out. Okay. This is the air conditioner. It's for cooling the electricity. So this is the most important part of the machine, the power case. We can see there's some pipe here. This is for air. It's for the low pressure air and high pressure air. And this is for oxygen. So for oxygen, it's normally sometimes the customers want to cut thick carbon steel tubes. They can use oxygen. But most of the time, they just use air. Connect the machine with a high pressure compressor that the machine can work for you. That means there's no cost on the cutting air. And the low pressure is for some movement like the trucks. It's a pneumatic trucks. It's controlled by air. And high pressure is for the laser head cutting. We require the pressure above 1.6 megaparts. And we also call it 16 kilograms for the pressure weight for cutting. Sometimes that is suitable for thickness below 3 millimeters. But sometimes, as we know, this has 30 kilograms. Okay, so we see this one. This is a chiller. This chiller is for cooling the laser source. The laser source right now is inside the power case. So this is the inlet, outlet, in and out. One is for the chiller, one is for the laser machine. It's with CE and ROE certificates, so it's suitable for Euro markets. And we see here the model number is with 2000. That means the laser source of this machine is 2 kilovolts. This is also a stabilizer. This is to make sure we can offer a stable voltage for the machines, because we know this is a high value product and we must offer stable voltage for the machine to ensure its working and performance. This is important for some area if their voltage is not stable. Okay, so here you can see there's a lubrication system. It's an automatic one. So each day when we start using the machine, the system will have maintenance of all of the movement parts. So let's see how the truck moves. Okay.我哋去度下精度咯。
OK。
你嗰個嘢咁樣度。
啱啱個阿哥。
係啊，拍呢個精度，長度。
呢個東西好似又攞翻走。
Okay, so now we already see 2 of the multifunction machine working. One of the machine they stopped using it because they already finished the cutting. And next part will show you what about the accuracy of the cutting. Normally for fiber laser cutting, it can reach up to 0.1 millimeter plus or minus on the cutting length accuracy. This is much more better than saw blade cutting, because as we know, usually the saw blade cutting, it will take about 5 millimeter on the accuracy. So Ken is taking a ruler and then we will check the length. 我们要测试一下长度，是不是能不能拿这些？我怕它烫。Okay, so now first, this is the first part. So now it's cutting about 132. 132. Okay, 132. First one. Let's see the second one. Okay, so this is also 132.
Yeah, 142.
Okay. 143. 143. First one. Okay, same. Okay. Next one.
Okay.
The 5 one. 这个切割，你能不能给一个数据给我们？是切割这直径厚度还有长度是多少？你这有数据吗？长度是多少
142.5。
142.5 ，OK。Okay, the cutting length actually, sorry for our mistake. The cutting length is 142.5. That's why we can see the 0 is in the middle between 3, 2, and 3.
Yes.
4, yeah. That's this one. Okay, it's also in the middle. How many pieces now?
Yes.
How many pieces?
How many pieces we have tested?
Yeah,
7 pieces already.
Okay, we already finished 8 pieces.
8
This is
pieces.
the right one. 143.5.
42, 42 over. 42.
Okay. So this is the test.
Yes, also 142.5. Yeah.
Okay, great. So now we already checked 10 pieces. So because time is limited, we just have 10 pieces. And all of them is the same length. So we can see for fiber laser cutting, the accuracy is very good and perfect. So I think the time, we are almost, what time is it now? Okay, so our live show is finished by 3 p.m. So let's just take more videos on the machine cutting. I believe you guys just want to see how the machine works. Okay, when they finish this shift, we will take a test. How much time it will take to finish one shift and how many pieces it can cut. Okay, we should take a test on the cutting time for this part.
Okay.
Okay, so when they finish this shift, we just start the counting from the new one.
From loading.
Yeah, from loading, we can see how many times it takes to loading and how many times for cutting and
Right.
how many pieces they cut.
Right.
So Ken, can you help me introduce what kind of components we use for this machine?
The components for
the laser heads and the straws.
Yeah, the precision.
Yeah. Okay, so face to the camera.
So first we see is the main chuck. to hold the pipe before laser cutting. That's the chuck can move round. How can I say? This is the we express it as the 4-axis multifunction laser cutting. What kind of 4 axis will that be? Well, the chuck can move from 360 degrees. That's for one axis. How do I say? Use axis, right?
Yes.
Use axis. Come around here. Now, let's focus on the laser head. I have mentioned before, the laser head we use is produced by Osprey, a Chinese famous brand. It can move up and down. That's for the Z axis. Why do we call it multifunction? Because you can cut holes on it. So if you want to cut holes on it, the pipe has to move forward and backward, which makes it the Y axis. So that's 3 axes right now. U axis for the test, Y axis for move backwards and forward for the laser head, and X and Z axis for the laser head up and down. This is the chuck to hold the pipe, to hold the end of the pipe. It can move forwards and backwards. That makes it the last axis, X-axis. X-axis, Z-axis, U-axis, and Y-axis, which makes it 4 axis. So we call it 4-axis multifunction laser cutting. You can see how imaginably the pipe is cutting through the chuck. It's really powerful, really fascinating. Just watching it move backwards and forwards. As you can see, the feeding, the feeding loaders right here it's about over 6 meters long. The roller jacks right here can help move the chuck from here, all over here, and there. You can see how fast is the movement for the machine to operate. Oh, they have to reload.
Okay. Now the tube is finished. So let's count the time.
Yes.
From the feeding a new chips and how many pieces they cut.
Okay, I should.
Let's
start the count.
Okay. Now start.
They use for about 14 seconds, less than 14 seconds, to load the chips.
Okay.
Chips.
So now they are start cutting. They are cutting the pie half.
The pie half.
Let's see how many pieces. Okay, the first piece, how many time it takes?
It takes less than 15 seconds, including the pie half.
Okay, 15 seconds for one chip. Okay, now the second one. This is the 3 one, right?
The third one.
The third one, yeah. Okay, the fourth one. Fifth. Six.
Hey.
I already finished 6 pieces. And how much time it takes?
The 7 pieces we have already finished. Yeah.
Okay.
Only use 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Including feeding.
Okay, you just check it for each pieces and press it.
Okay.
Okay, finish. Now starting the live. Okay, they already finished 10 pieces and take about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. I think we just made a mistake here. That's 2
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah. That's 2 pieces.
So now we can see most of the chips, it just take about 13 to 14 seconds to cut one piece.它是外径30米吧，内径31，它就2毫米厚。Okay, I just checked with the stuff. The chip diameter, outer diameter is 35. Inner diameter is 31. So the thickness is 2 millimeters. And the cutting length is 142.5. So now we can see it's already finished 22 pieces in 5 minutes. Okay, let's finish this, and they are starting the third machine. Okay, 6 minutes, 15 seconds for 26 pieces. 30 pieces.现在开始切吗？ Okay, we can see the chip is almost finished. So, it's finished.
37 pieces in about 8 minutes. 8
Less than 9 minutes, and including from loading, feeding, and cutting time. So total it cuts about 37 pieces in less than 9 minutes. This is unsuitable for traditional cutting and punching process. Now this is an all-in-one machine, the cutting and hose making. And each piece regularly takes about 30 seconds for one piece. Only 30 seconds, 1, 3. So now we can see they're starting the new chip cutting.
Some people may wonder why they put a stick into the...
Oh, yes, yes. Some of the customers, we see that the staff is putting one chip inside the chip. What is the use for that? Actually, for laser chip cutting, they will have some flex inside the chip for regularly. Regularly, they will have some flex inside. So if we put a stick inside it, we can have clean, inner, more thickness. I hope this is clear for you. You can see that inside is very clean without the flex. This is the reason why they put a smaller rope inside the chip. Okay, so I think we just go around, take a look about the factory, and then we finish the live show. 再走一遍看看吧。And actually, I have a good info for you guys. I just talked to the owner of the factory when Ken is introducing our machine. The owner said they are going to renew the whole factory and will take 10 sets of the laser cutting machine. So in this year, they will add 5 more sets of the laser machine in this factory. And their aim is to become the biggest metal cutting processing factory and center in our city. So let's see. Later, in I think in about 2 to 3 months, we will come here again to see how it looks like.
2 to 3 months, that can bring the revolution to a factory by using laser technology.
Well, actually, when he told me this news, I'm also very surprised. You know, they just started to use fiber lasers since last year.
Yes.
And now, after 1 year, they already have four sets of the machine, and they are planning to add six more on our machine. I believe this is a trust on our brand, LX Laser, because the machine's quality and stable performance, and of course, I think the service is also very important for the technical support. So now we can see in this factory, they just like about less than 20 people in the whole factory. But they said how many pieces they can cut for one machine. I remember he said for just one machine they can finish 30,000 pieces for 1 day.
1 day.
For 1 day, yeah. And now, actually, 4 sets of machine is not enough for them.
Yes.
So they're working for three shafts. Yeah. Yes. So this is the air compressor. So we can see they just have 1 set of air compressor to supply to all of the machines. At least 4 sets of the fiber laser. Let's see the specification of it.
It's 20 kilo, 20 MPa.
Okay, yeah. This is 2 MPa, 2 megaparts, and 20 kilogram for the air pressure. This is enough for the fiber laser machines working. So over there, they just do the welding and polishing and final product assembly. These are some top assembly products. And we see this is also have this mouth. This tube is very thin, I think less than 0.5 millimeter. The thickness is less than 0.5 millimeter. But before, if they use punching machine, the tube maybe have some deformation. Now they use laser cutting. The surface is very smooth, no deformation. You can see these are some parts for the back. So many of their products are stainless steel. We can see this is just a back side of the bread. It already have a lot of chips. So this factory have a lot of chips cutting. And besides for straight cut, they also need to have some fish mouth, curved mouth cutting, and have some holes. Now that is for welding. These are for some small square tubes. Let's go to the other side. So this is for assembly.
Ah, yes.
Let's go. Follow me. So they have one strawberry cutting machine. This is a traditional manual chip laser cutting machine, chip strawberry cutting machine, but we see the dust on it. They are not using it right now. So these are some packet products, the finished products. Okay, so I think we just finished the tour in this factory. So if you come to China and want to see our customers' factory, we can bring you to here and other customers' workshop, like stainless steel chip making factories, furniture factories, and automotive parts factories. Yeah. And if you want to see more of our customers' videos, welcome to check our YouTube channel and our website, www.lxcuttingmachine.com. You can see all of our products there, and we will renew our products and new models in it. You can see all the specification and the related videos in our website. So thank you for your watching.
See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.